What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going over part 16 of my Road to 100k series. This past month was pretty rocky. My portfolio took a dump, mainly because of Rocket Lab being down like 40%. So that shaved off almost, around 6 grand last month. Not just from Rocket Lab, there was a lot of my top holdings were also down, so that didn't help. But start off with my TFSA. Past month it was down almost 10%, and year to date we're still up 18.24%, and all time up 59.07%. June is also the 3-year mark in my TFSA, so that also symbolizes like 3 years of me actually taking investing seriously. So that's pretty cool. 59% all time in 3 years. I did the math, it was like 19% compound annual growth rate, so that's just above my 12 to 15% target. But no new buys this month in either of my accounts. And yeah, C&Q was down, Kraken was down quite a bit this month as well, and Rocket Lab was down quite a lot. And then we'll go to my RSP. Again, no new buys, but all-time up 38.89%, year-to-date up 13.83%, and pretty much flat over the past month. So a lot better than down negative 10%, but yeah, kind of a write-off month this June. And then we'll also look at commodities. Commodities were also down. My gold was down 6% last month, and year to date we're now down 2.5%. So buys and sells this month, it was quite a crazy month. I did a lot of stuff this month despite not depositing anything, but we'll start off with the sells. I sold out of Palomar completely, and I sold out of Q-Day, which was a temporary hold just for dividends. I don't have the conviction in Palomar compared to some of these other stocks that I own in my portfolio, but the proceeds of these was used to gamble with the SpaceX IPO. So I did get 3 shares allocated on IPO access at 135, and then after the IPO I bought 14 more shares and traded that for around $90 profit. And then after I was done gambling with SpaceX, I bought 100 shares of PNG at 730, 90 shares when it fell to $7, and then C&Q I bought 16.5 shares of that on the dip, and I could have waited more on that one because it's now down more, but that's all right. And then Uber also bought more, 10 shares at 72.76. And then for the SpaceX, I like these 3 shares of SpaceX, I'm kind of just gonna hold them as shits and giggles right now. I could sell out of them, but if I do that within the first 90 days of the IPO, I lose any future IPO access. So I'm just gonna hold on to them and just see where it goes. It's such a small amount of money compared to the overall portfolio that I'm just gonna see where it goes. And then dividends, Q-Day $13, Hammond Power Solutions almost $5, Google almost 3, Poland ETF $9, Bird Construction 6.5, Europe ETF 50, or emerging markets ETF 50 cents, and then Europe ETF $30, and then VDY 526 for a total of $72.10. And then top performers, there were some in my account that did do well this month. EQB had a good month, almost 10%. Uber was up 7%, and Bird was up 7%. And then Rocket Lab really, like these 3 stocks alone, and Google also was down like 13%. But between those 4 stocks that really dragged, that's where a lot of the 6 grand loss came from this month. But yeah, Rocket Lab corrected hard, down 42% this month. When they eventually kind of recover, and since it's such a big position, I'm going to start trimming down because I don't want to have those big of swings anymore. Because a part of wealth creation is also wealth preservation, and with Rocket Lab being so risky, it's time to start trimming. And this month kind of made me realize that. But yeah, Kraken was also down 16%, and then Amazon down 15% as well. And then, like I said earlier, TFSA's 3-year milestone with a compound annual growth rate of 19.69% over those 3 years. And my target is 12 to 15% annually. So far, doing quite well with that. These past 3 years have also been pretty generous. So it'll be it'll be more of a test when there's kind of a more prolonged bear market, because these past 3 years have been pretty bullish overall. So like there's been corrections, but for the most part it's been pretty bullish. So we'll have to see where that stands once we get into the next kind of actual bear market, where it could be like that for a couple years, and see how that impacts the overall returns. So overall, this past month, not so great in the market. Took a big step back to 69,000, but year to date we're still doing okay. And I'm done school now. I'll be back to work on Monday, which will be nice. Finally making money again. I got my red seal mark back. I did pass that. I am still waiting on my AIT 4th year exam mark. But the red seal exam was the one I was more worried about. I didn't feel good about that test coming out of it. So if I pass that one and I felt better about the AIT one, I'm sure the AIT one will be fine. But as long as the 4th year mark comes out okay and I pass that one, then I'll be a licensed journeyman, which is pretty exciting. I'll get a slight raise at work, and um yeah, I'll be able to start investing again this upcoming month, which will be nice. It was really hard over this, especially this month when the markets were down, not to be able to buy stuff, but gave me more motivation to just keep working hard and keep grinding out towards my next goal of 100K. And yeah, so with that being said, that'll be it for today's video. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.